Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Siti An-nisah, and now I'm going to be explaining about the conditional sentences. I hope you enjoy it. The definition of conditional sentence is a type of sentence that states a condition and the outcome of that condition occurring. There are types of conditional sentence. The first type is type 0. Type 0 is a sentence that expresses a fact or simple implication. The second is type 1, a sentence that expresses an idea that might happen at some point in the future. Type 2, a sentence that can express two ideas. And the last one, type 3, a sentence that expresses a past idea that did not occur. But now I'm going to be explaining about the conditional sentence type 0 only. The social function of conditional sentence type 0 is we use zero conditional to refer to general truth. The time is now or always, and the situation is real and possible. Or we can say that this conditional is used when the result will always happen. For example, if water reaches 100 degrees, it boils. It's a fact. I'm talking in general, not about one particular situation. If I eat peanuts, I am sick. This is true only for me, maybe not for everyone, but it's still true that I'm sick every time I eat peanuts. Conditional sentences consist of a main clause and a conditional clause, or sometimes called an if clause. The conditional clause usually begins with if or unless. The if in this conditional can usually be replaced by when without changing the meaning. The conditional clause can come before or after the main clause. The result of the if clause is always the main clause. We can make a zero conditional sentence with two present simple verbs. Here are some examples. If people eat too much, they get fat. It's a fact. It's true, right? The conditional clause of this sentence is if people eat too much. If plus subject plus verb 1 plus object or complement. People as the subject, eat as the verb 1, and too much as the complement. The main clause of this sentence is they get fat. They as the subject, get as the verb 1, and fat as the complement. The next example, if you touch a fire, you get burned. Next, people die if they don't eat. The difference from the first example is that the conditional sentence comes after the main clause comes before the conditional clause. The conditional clause of the sentence is if they don't eat, and the main clause of the sentence is people die. Next example, you get water if you mix hydrogen and oxygen. The last one, if babies are hungry, they cry. The language feature of conditional sentence type 0 is simple present tense. We can use conditional sentence type 0 to give suggestion to someone. So now I'm going to be explaining about the conditional clause plus suggestion. The social function is to provide a suggestion regarding the action that must be taken if an event is to occur. It should be noted that what distinguishes a suggestion from a warning is imperative. Suggestions can be done or not, depending on the level, while warnings must be done because it is a risk. Therefore, one uses should or ought to or had better. For examples, if you want to get a perfect score, you should study hard. If plus simple present, subject plus should or ought to or had better as the modals, plus verb 1 and plus object or complement. If you want to get a perfect score, use a simple present tense, you as the subject, should as the modal, study as the verb 1, and hard as the complement. If you want to improve your listening skill, you had better listen to some podcasts. If you want to get up early, you ought to set an alarm. The language features are simple present tense and modals. So that's all what I have been explaining to you. Thank you very much for watching me, and I apologize if there are some mistakes that I have made. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.